And welcome to the Drive to Draw podcast. I will get the name right this week. Phil, welcome to the studio. That's probably getting you back for calling me Paul at the end of the other session there.
Yeah,
so
I think you cut that one out.
We did. Mate, what's your good for the week in the world of bowls?
Well, round 5 here of our podcast. So you said it wasn't going to last, Pete.
Mate, I thought we'd be struggling after probably 2, but we've got to 5.
Here we are. Only one match in the Premier League.
Yeah, let's get into Around the Grounds.
We're going to go?
Yeah, well, let's go straight away, mate.
Around the Greens.
All right, mate, fire away. Let's get into it.
Well, we've only got the one game this week, Pete, and you weren't involved in it.
No.
But, you could have been.
Watching from afar?
Yeah. Modbury versus Hawthorn, and I think I tipped, I can't remember. Modbury, we'll have to listen back.
Yep.
81, Hawthorn 72. Obviously a good game, Pete.
Yep,
so,
they played under the dome. I did actually confirm that, yeah.
Okay, I didn't realise that.
I confirmed that on Wednesday. I sort of said, were you guys on the grass? So the grass is struggling a little bit because of where the dome is, and they haven't quite got as much sun on them. Yeah. So they decided to play under the dome. So probably a little bit of an advantage there for Modbury.
You would think so, yeah. So the biggest winning rinks on the night was Simon Dorr, 25 over Cole Watkins, 15. Yep. And Lockie Bowman versus, now I will try and pronounce this, Jason Walham.
Yep.
14. So both 10-shot differences there. So only the one game this week. Do you want to fly into this week's games?
Yeah, let's have a look at this week's games. I mean, obviously we've spoken previously that it's been a little bit sort of disjointed.
It's hard to keep up with.
There's a whole heap of round 1 games being played tomorrow night. Obviously Grange Lockleys, Hawthorn Adelaide, Westlakes Ascot, Somerton Modbury. We've already done our tips on those ones. Tips. We know that one there. Round 2, there's a whole heap of games that are going to be played, obviously, the following Friday night, and that's Adelaide Grange, Lockleys, Holdfast, Ascot, Somerton, Salisbury, West Lakes. But really, we're here to talk about round 3, which is about where it's at.
Yep.
Somerton playing Salisbury at Somerton.
Somerton for me.
Somerton for you.
Yep.
West Lakes v Lockleys.
Oh, Somerton for you?
Somerton for me.
Okay, no worries.
West Lakes v Lockleys at West Lakes.
West Lakes.
West Lakes for me. Holdfast v Adelaide.
Adelaide for me.
Adelaide for me as well. Tight one. We're playing Adelaide tomorrow night, so it's a bit of a,
You're in that one, aren't you?
I am playing in that one. Coming from the, I would assume, slightly heavier surface. Holdfast generally pretty quick.
Yep.
Be interesting to see how many players can adjust. Ascot v Modbury. Probably game of the round for me.
I would think it is. Ascot for me.
Yep. And Grange
Ascot
v...
for you?
Ascot for me, yes. And Grange... No. Good to remind me of these things. And Grange v Adelaide.
No, Grange...
Grange v Hawthorn.
Yes,
my apologies.
I thought I had that wrong.
No.
I'm going Grange. Sorry, Pete.
No.
Are you playing?
No, I won't be playing in that one. But... I'll have to go Hawthorn on that one, but only just.
I couldn't tip Hawthorn with you out the side, Pete.
Oh, fair enough. The ladder at the moment really hasn't taken shape as far as the Premier League go because it's sort of 2 rounds down.
That's right.
But there are 4 teams that obviously have played, and that's Modbury, Holdfast, Salisbury and Hawthorn.
Yep.
Modbury sitting top.
Yep.
Holdfast sitting second. Salisbury sitting third and Hawthorn sitting fourth with only minor shot differences really making up the differences there. So it's going to be interesting after the next couple of weeks, things settling down, see how it all plays out.
The premiership table at the moment is irrelevant, It's just, nothing. So I didn't even look it up, to be honest. So.
Are you surprised that there were so many round 2 games being put off as well as round 1?
I couldn't work it out, Pete. What that was, but I just couldn't follow it there for a while. But we'll get into it after this week. We should be back on par and away we go. So,
did you want to have a look at some of the teams, obviously from Somerton, because they did have to submit their teams for round 1? And I do. Yeah. Nathan Pedersen playing Gary Meekums.
Ooh, that'd be a good game, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
Meekums is always around the mark, isn't he? And Pedo's, Pedo for me.
Yep. Somerton for me. In the second rink there, Aworth v Dorr. It's a big one too.
Oh. Ayworth, hell of a bowler. I'll take Ayworth for me.
I'm going to take Simon Dore on that
Oh, yeah?
one. There.
Okay.
Yeah. Scott Taylor v. Gavin Elliott.
Don't know Gavin Elliott just offhand, I don't think. So I'll have to go with Scotty
Taylor.
Scotty Taylor.
Luke Petersman playing 3 there. Scotty Colville playing 2. So
that's a fair
that's
rank.
a pretty handy
yeah,
rink,
yeah,
yes. And Josh Studham v. Jason Walhan, which I think you were trying to pronounce a little bit earlier.
That's him.
Wallahan.
I'll go to Studs, I suppose, because I only don't know Jason. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'd probably go Jason there as well. Westlakes v. Ascot.
Westlakes v. Ascot. Wow.
Mark Haynes v. Mitch Percy.
Yeah, I'll go Ascot there.
I'll go Mitch.
Yep, Mitch.
Isaac Trenorden versus Sammy Dietrich.
Sammy for me
there as well, in a close one. Seamus Curtin v. James Gregory.
Seamus Curtin. Don't know much about him, but he's that New Zealand
import. Yep. Sammy Denton playing 3 to him, so obviously pretty solid.
Fair rank.
Absolutely. And Josh Choppy versus Brett Davis. Fireworks there.
Oh, I might go Brett Davis there.
I'm going to go Brett Davis there.
Yeah.
Anthony Treloar playing 3 to Brett Davis.
Oh,
Brett Baldy playing 2. So pretty handy rinks there.
Absolutely.
Again, probably could have been rink of the round. Hawthorn v Adelaide. What do we got? Bowman v Hicks. That's Corey Hicks, that is.
I'll go Lockie Bowman.
I'll go Bowman
Very
there.
solid.
Yep. Michael Lodge v Scotty Tholburn.
Tholburn for me.
Tholburn for me as well, but only just. Hard to tip against Lodgy and Darren Seagets, but I reckon Scotty might just have a little bit of firepower there. John O'Voigt, obviously new to Adelaide, playing Cole Watkins.
Jono for me. I tipped Adelaide, so I've got to have more Adelaide than
I'm going to go Cole to back up.
Yep.
Had a bit of a shocker the week before against Modbury, but only really just landed off of the flight from Queensland after the Sides Championship. May have had a little bit of a hangover too. So
not cold.
No, not cold. But no, I'd expect him to back up. So in a tight one there. And Matty Northcott taking on Charlie Hicks.
I'll go Matty Northcott there.
Yep. Charlie obviously skipping his old man playing 3.
Yeah.
Very interesting, that one there.
So many arguments.
Could be interesting, that's for sure. And then the last game of the round, Grange v Lockleys.
Yep, I tipped Grange.
Yep, Mark Evans v Theo Katsivas.
Mark Evans.
Mark Evans for me. Isaac Jesser v Stephen Jones.
No, I got Isaac. Yep.
Isaac for me there as well. Wayne Rudiker versus Peter Thalia, or was it Thalia?
Yep. Rudes.
I'm going to go Rudy there as well. And Ben Bowman v Ash Halls.
Benny Bowman for me. I think they'll do a clean sweep and clean up there pretty well.
I think that one will be the tighter of all of the rinks, but I
agree.
reckon Benny
Ash
is in
great
as well.
bowler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bowler.
All right, mate. We won't see obviously teams for round 3, but obviously good luck to teams competing tomorrow night. All right, let's move on to Division 1.
Division 1, we had a few more games there.
In round 2. Somerton getting up over Modbury.
Only by 3 shots. So that was Jason Hallows was 28 over Jose Gill, was the biggest winning rink there.
Yes.
Then we had Port Noarlunga, another close game over Henley, 78 to 72.
Yes.
Port Noarlunga, all those rinks were very close, so I didn't pick one out. It was only 3 or 4 in each one there, so didn't worry about trying to name someone out of that one.
Yep.
Then we had Marion versus Woodville.
This was a little bit of a surprise for me. I thought it might be a touch closer.
I reckon you might have even tipped Woodville. But
I reckon I tipped Marion, but I thought it was going to be a lot tighter.
Yeah, so did I. 103 to 71. That's a fair hiding.
Yep.
Marion, we had Phil Ryan. Can't picture Phil. Sorry, but 27 over Paul Bandick, 10. So it's a good win. Then we had Tranmere over Paynham, 97 to 72, and we had John Fedderson, Diesel Fedderson,
Yes.
32 over Phil Hutchie was the biggest winning rink there.
That's
so,
surprising. Hutchie's usually
he's always around the mark, isn't he?
Yep.
And then you got the last game is played this week, which is Millswood versus Toorak Friday night. So can't give you any scores there yet.
No.
Unless I can predict.
Have a go at it, mate. See how you go. Phil Nostradamus.
Here we go. Millswood 91.
Yep.
Toorak 103.
Ooh, I'm going to go Millswood 98. Toorak 81.
Okay. Ooh, there you go. See how close we go.
See how close we go. We'll have to put this on repeat.
Crystal ball.
Absolutely. Let's talk round 3 before we talk the ladder there. Woodville playing Club Tranmere.
Woodville and I think I'm going to go Tranmere.
I'm going to go Tranmere there as well.
Go Tranmere.
They've started the season on a bit of a tear, and I reckon it will continue as well. Pennant versus Port Noarlunga.
Port Noarlunga for me. I really think Pennant's going to struggle. Nothing against them, but I think they're going to struggle.
Yep.
Port Noarlunga.
I'm going to pick Port Noarlunga there as well, but the home ground advantage could play a little bit of a part.
Yep.
Even though Port Noarlunga do have a synthetic surface, it's slightly different to what Pennant's is.
Yep.
And I'm assuming they'll probably water it at 20 minutes to 1 and get the speed up in it.
Yes, if they do that.
To get a little bit of advantage there, but see how they go there. Henley v Somerton, mate.
Somerton for me.
Somerton for me as well.
Yep.
Marion v Millswood. This is probably game of the round for me.
I think it's Marion for me. I think they're going to be top 2. I can't see them doing anything else.
Yep.
Yep.
We do actually have some scorecards actually put in here, so we might actually have a little bit of a look at that.
Okay.
Brady Slater v Stasnowski. Andrew Stasnowski.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll go Brady, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go... Oh, no, I'm going to go Andrew.
Okay.
Team number 2, Phil Ryan v Brad Holt.
Yeah, don't know Ryan, and I don't know Holt, I don't think. I don't know much about who they play? Millswood.
Millswood, yeah.
Millswood, I don't know.
So Millswood come up, so there are going to be some
I'll
names
go Ryan.
there.
He had a big win last week,
Yep,
so I'll
and
go Ryan.
Tonks is in that side as well with Anthony Devon and Cody Letton. I think Cody is one of those up-and-coming juniors.
I think
100% sure as well. Team number 3, Ash Close v John Wells.
Got to go close.
You'd have to go closey there for sure. And then team number 4, Kenny Holtham and against Enyo Rossi.
Well, it would be a tough game, but I'll go Kenny. Always round the mark, isn't he?
He's a wily old bugger, Kenny. I've been on the receiving end a few times, and
he's a character too,
definitely plays some very, very good bowls there.
Yep.
And the last game of the round to finish us off there was Modbury and Toorak.
Yep. Modbury for me. At home, I think probably under the dome, maybe. Who knows?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Modbury there as well. All right, let's have a look at the ladder after technically round 2, but there's obviously a few teams that have got to make up. Club Tranmere with 2 wins from 2 losses. Somerton in the same boat, 2 wins and 2 losses. Marion sitting 3rd with 1 win from 1 game, and Millswood in the same boat from one win from 1 game as well. So the ladder's starting to take a little bit shape, but I reckon by this time next week we'll have a bit better idea, and definitely by the week after, normal. Some
real good sides playing each other this week.
Exactly.
So we'll have a bit of look. Quickly, while we're there, still on the Adelaide Metro, Prospect Broadview have a 4s tournament on the 4th of November, Monday. So just give them a hoy if it's not full.
Yes.
And one thing I've meant to mention last week, Pete, was Renee, wife of Eric Monty, has started playing bowls.
Wow.
First week, 30-8 win. Last week, 39-12. So obviously a lot more talent than Eric. So that's all I take out of that.
You could be right there. Congratulations. It makes you want to come back, doesn't it? You know, that you have big wins like that, and you get bragging rights, over the dinner table each night there. So you might be right. Big recruit there for a couple of clubs maybe.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
so she's starting at Pennant, so good luck to her.
Absolutely.
So,
Congratulations, obviously, go to Renee there. All right, mate, let's get into Around the Regions. All right, big fella. We planned on having Simon Geeter-Johnson on this week, but he's on the tractor and the harvest.
Harvesting?
Yeah, he sort of said that the reception would be absolutely Shizenhausen. So basically, he put us on to Bob Scott. Bob wasn't available tonight, but he's going to be on next week.
Okay.
Talk all things York Peninsula, and also we're going to touch base with him being a successful member of that over 60s national winning team up in Queensland a couple of weeks ago.
Very good. Look forward to it.
All right, mate, let's get on to the Barossa and Light, mate. I know you're itching to give us some results.
Yeah, there's some funny old results. Firstly, we'll start with Yadunda. They were 98, defeated Kapunda, obviously without the greens, 55. So it was a big win there for Yadunda, who have recruited strongly. And Aaron Jones and Jimmy Mader, both 20-plus shots up in their rinks.
And I reckon I picked Yadunda there, mate.
Yeah, so did I.
Yep.
And I think I got them all right this week. Tanunda, 101 versus Freeling, the struggling Freeling. Keith Ward over Daniela Madalensky.
Yes.
Hopefully I've got that right. 19 shots up, which, I think I picked. Mount Pleasant versus Linddock, 65 to Mount Pleasant, Linddock 88. Darren Green, a mad North Adelaide man.
Yes.
Versus Bo Hambley, 13 up. So good win there for Darren's rink. And the last game was the old foes, Newry 65 versus Anguston. They're back in the winners list, which no doubt they will be, 104. Liam Buckley, great player up there, versus Gary Chapman, 22 up, Liam. So it's a big win for Liam's rink. So, so that was a... And the table up there, like everything else, it's only a couple of weeks in, Pete.
Yes.
So we've got Linddock and Yadunda both on 2 wins, Tanunda and Anguston, and there's a couple others. I think Newry are 1-1. And so the fours, not really take anything out of that. So anyhow, round 3, we'll quickly run through and we'll have a tip on this.
Yeah, mate.
Kapunda versus Newry under the, what is
dome?
it? The
shed?
Shed, yeah.
I'm going to go Kapunda.
I'm going Kapunda at home.
Yep.
The greens are back,
yes.
so
makes a big difference.
Yeah, match of the round. This one at Yadunda up at the Onion Land. Yadunda versus Linddock. Both undefeated.
I'm going to go Yadunda.
Yadunda for me at home.
Yep.
They've got an unusual carpet up there, still sort of
working itself out.
Yeah. Yep. Anguston versus Tanunda on their new carpet up there.
I'm going to go Anguston.
Anguston for me.
Yep.
And Freeling, bottom of the sort of table. Clash here, though I don't think Mount Pleasant are quite second to bottom. They've won one. Mm-hmm. Freeling versus Mount Pleasant.
Is it Freeling? Oh, I'm going to go Freeling.
On the greens.
I'm going to go Freeling.
I'm going Mount Pleasant over there. Quickly, I did get a little text from Matty Short.
Yes.
We did mention it last week. The Yalumba Day, 3rd of November, 9:30 for 10 o'clock start. $30 per person. 1 spot left. That's what he had on my little text message.
Yep.
So... that might be taken up, but we can only try.
We'll still pop it out there for sure.
It out there.
Mate, that's fantastic, having a look at the regions, and I reckon we might have to start having a look at the hot shots, mate.
Two, 3 times in a row, and you never know.
It looks a very nicely weighted bowl. First up from Liam. Don't get much better than that.
All right, mate, let's move on to some of the state events. The state mixed pairs is going to be played this weekend. All the draws have been out now for about a week or so. I had a chance to sort of have a little bit of a perusal through and see which groups are potentially the groups of death, I suppose, with 3 or 4 really, really good teams. I came across 2 that probably piqued my interest. In Section 12, we've got a family affair with all the Moffats being available there. So I think the youngest Moffat is playing with Charlie Hicks, I believe it is.
Oh, okay.
And then playing obviously Anthony, and I'm not sure how to pronounce his wife's name, but that should be very interesting there. And the other big one for me, apart from probably my group, which has got play against Lodgy and Ann Onto, myself and Kathy Miller. So that'll be a tough one. It's probably the defending champs in Section 18 are going to come up against Karen Gatto and Isaac Trenorden. So that's probably the other one that I'm really looking forward to sitting back and looking at some of the results. Trinity Gardens, I think, is being used. Hawthorn is being used. I think Somerton and Holdfast are being used, I believe.
Okay.
So
good.
Get down to your local club if you're not playing this weekend. I'm sure most of you are probably going to be bowlsed out because there's a lot of players that played Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now playing on Sunday. So by the end of that, I think there's going to be a lot of people completely bowlsed out by then. But certainly good luck to everybody there
absolutely.
playing in that one there. All right, mate, let's move on to bowls tipping. All right, mate, we've got some results now. Obviously, with round 1 and 2 still being in progress, a bit like our tipping, It's been all over the place. But we've got a top 3 or top 4 leaderboard at the moment. We've got, is it GQ sitting top of the ladder at the moment with 10 points. Bowls Deep is sitting second with 8. And there's about 4 other teams. We've got MHP... 3R, I'm assuming that's poker, sitting on 8. Bruce McAvaney, maybe a keen bowler, special, you're right, sitting on 8 there. A123106881. I have no idea why they are, whether that's just a random generated number. Millswood Ian sitting on 8 as well. So, again, starting to take shape there. Because round 1 and 2 are still open at the moment, I reckon you could probably sneak in a couple of tips, obviously, for games that are still to be played before tomorrow night for round 1 and then obviously before next Friday night for round 2. So you can still get involved if you want to get involved with that. I believe it's only about $25. Portion of that is going to be pulled for a prize to a up-and-coming junior or a new junior player, or we might pull it as part of a competition as well. So good luck to everybody involved. All right, let's take a very quick break, mate.
Listening to the Drive to Draw podcast. We'll be right back after this short break.
All right, now, as most of you probably would have noticed, we've skipped the players' interview tonight with a few players playing, obviously, tonight to make up Wednesday, and then a few players playing tomorrow night. They've had to move stuff around, and our interviewee for tonight wasn't available because of that. So we're going to put that off to next week. I'm going to try and get on the green over the next couple of weeks and interview a couple of players. So that way we've got them there and ready to go, and invite those obviously players to be on the show. So let's get into the extra ends, mate.
No worries.
First up, tournaments.
Hope Valley looks like Open Fours medley Sunday the 24th of November, 9:30 for a 10 o'clock start. And the one I'm playing in, I'm going up there to Newry, Cosmo Fours tournament Sunday the 24th of November, 9:30 for a 10 o'clock start. So just a couple there. So if anybody else, anybody else has got any tournaments coming up, let us know.
Absolutely. The Hope Valley one's always been a good one. I've been there a couple of times. The trifle is to die for.
Oh, really?
Big, massive bowl right in the middle of the table, and away you go. And I have played in the Newry Fours before. I reckon I might have played with you a couple of times or once before.
Did we win it?
No, I think we got some money, but it was only a little bit there. We missed out on one of the pairs games, I think it was.
Probably mine.
It might have been yours.
Think it was.
And then I reckon we had to basically go from there to a...
we did too.
What do they call it?
A
Sunday comp, game. So, made it interesting, that's for sure. If you want to get involved, obviously check the... Bowls SA site, and also those clubs would be more than absolutely happy to put in a team for that. 9:30 for 10 a.m. starts, as we mentioned. All right, mate, let's move on to some national events it's probably been the one thing that's been in front of mind, I suppose, for the last couple of weeks there is the national sides competition. Just want to run through a couple of the results there. Team South Australia defeating Queensland in round number 1. Go through a couple of the rinks here, mate. Aaron Sheriff taking on Nathan Black. Let's have a look at this team here. Aaron Hewitson, Barry Lester, Nathan Rice and Aaron Sheriff taking on Will McFarlane, Isaac Trenorden, John O'Voigt and Nathan Black. Queensland get the chocolates, 20-16.
Couple ordinary rinks there.
Couple of ordinary players as well.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Well done to, obviously, South Australia there, but also to Queensland. The big one for me was Wayne Rudiker. We have to make mention right now, playing 400 games, plus the extra ones that have obviously made
406, and I think he's the leader now, isn't
he? The most capped South Australian player. Had a huge win in round number 1, 24-8. Wayne Rudiker, Brett Davis, Ben Bowman, and Stewie Forbes, the mayor of Newry. Obviously getting the chocolates there over Sean Baker, Sean Ingram, Nick Gosley, and Dale Whittingley Shillington.
Wow.
But obviously Rudy was well and truly up for it, and so was his teammates on this occasion. And in the third rink there, Scotty Tholburn just going down ever so slightly to Kane Nelson there, 18-16. Scotty Tholburn, Mitch Percy, Corey Hicks and Sammy Denton taking on Brandon Wilson, Jamie Anderson, Brett Wilkie and Kane Nelson. So some very, very good results there. Exactly right. So the Australian sides team there, I won't go through all of the rounds there, but South Australia ended up finishing in 5th position, played 7, won 4, lost 3, with 12 points, which was pretty much all equal with Victoria and Western Australia as well. So only shot difference really separating them there, and also points in the rinks as well. So well done to South Australia in the men's. All right, let's move across to the women's. Unfortunately, the first couple of rounds, couple of tight games, couple of games that blew out a little bit, but I finally got on the board in round number 4 against the Northern Territory in impressive fashion, actually.
Yeah, one comfortably, didn't they?
They did. 77 to 30.
Yeah, 39
or something like that. Yep. So in this occasion, Kate Argent-Bowden 33-6 against Colleen Orr. In the second rink there, Lainey McGorman 23-14 against Alyssa Rigoni. And then obviously Katrina Green getting a big win there, 21-12 against Anita Rook. So
very good.
Very, very good. I think as the women's championships sort of went on, the South Australian team got better and better.
Finished.
Just looking up the ladder up there, they ended up finishing 6 on this occasion. Played 7, won 3, lost 4, just on the wrong side of the ledger there. Again, points and match points and rink score difference was probably the difference there in probably getting them up to around about 3rd or 4th. But again, Queensland obviously taking the chocolates there. So, and Victoria in the men. Congratulations go to all those players.
Yeah.
I mean,
Craig Mills in the Victorian side,
and was the
player of the biggest winning rink
over the
didn't get beaten.
No, over the championships there. So congratulations there to Millsy. We'll try and get Millsy on. Obviously, still playing SA, some bowls there, and obviously Victoria. A bit like Nathan Black. So really looking forward to having a bit of a chat there. Well done to all the teams. I did sort of mention, I think someone sort of commented, I sort of mentioned that it's a fantastic achievement to get 1 cap, but Rudy getting 400 plus is an impressive achievement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would love to get Rudy on as well, just to have a chat about that as well, as to his first state game and what he thought, and obviously a big win there.
Later,
yeah, exactly right. All right, mate, let's finish off with a couple of hot topics. Bowls Australia sent out a survey about comps. My big one, or big suggestion, is potentially bringing in a split times format where you can get your social bowlers here, because we have the lunch break, which is at around about the 2 hour 15 mark. So it does signal a break in the play. Could we have a split times where in the lower divisions, especially with some of the older players, where they maybe play a pairs or a triples format where they are playing to that time limit, and then once that crew has finished, they can use that rink then for a second crew that comes in. It cuts down the amount of time that you're here.
That's
You might
probably
get
not a
some.
bad idea.
You might get some of those social bowlers that are playing night hours, that just wanted that social atmosphere, I suppose, and they don't want to commit to a whole afternoon of bowls, which I know the Bowls Tragics love doing that, but with some older players, it keeps them in the game for a little bit longer, brings in the new ones, and the older ones can guide them. For that competition.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the break myself. I think Div 1, 2 and 3 probably should keep going right through, play their ends and see you later, you know. But, that doesn't sound a bad idea.
Just a suggestion. I know tennis did it for a little while there to try and keep players in the game. There may be an opportunity where you can schedule it where there are some games where you do play the whole way through. As a double header, so to speak, and there are some days where you only play for your 2.5 hours and you're done. I think it only helps clubs membership-wise. You sell
brings more people in the game, basically.
Yeah, and you sell a shirt, you have more people playing the game. So that's probably my suggestion there, that if anyone from Bowls Australia or Bowls SA is listening, that maybe that's something that they could look to implement over the next couple of years and trial it. Especially looking at some of the divisions this year, it looks like, some of them have been compacted into north, south, east and west, which I think is a great idea. You don't travel as much. But I think that next level, getting somebody into the game, and that probably leads me into my next point of the hot topics, was should more be done to attract younger players or junior players to the sport? Maybe this is one way of doing it.
Yeah, because everyone is looking for a shorter format, and that's what talking to Harrison last week.
And Nathan Black the week before.
Yeah, and Blackie. Both sort of suggested perhaps a shorter format. 50 over limit, whatever, in cricket, whatever. 20 overs, whatever, It's getting shorter and shorter, isn't it?
It is. I know with our social games, during the winter, you play 11 ends and 12 ends or 10 ends and 11 ends. So you've always got that halftime break in there no matter what. Can we leverage that to get some of these younger players in? Or they might play a junior sport in the morning and then they can come along and play
the second game.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my suggestion
Food
there,
for
mate.
thought.
Absolutely. You got any thoughts on that, mate? Any suggestions?
No more than I've suggested. I think go along with that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely. All right, mate. We better wind things up there. We don't have a guest to thank, but I thank you for coming along tonight.
Thanks for having me.
No.
Jacobs Creek this week, Pete. So
Mate.
trying to get these sponsors on board.
Yep.
The plumbing and gas.
I did see that.
Yep.
Any support, obviously, with some sort of sponsorship, we'll put it on the screens. We have noticed that our viewership is obviously up there. But as per usual, if you haven't liked, rate and subscribe, please do so. Those numbers not only help us, but it helps with, rankings. And then obviously when we get sponsors, we can show them that, hey, we've got 200 members, we've got 500 watchers, we've got 500 listeners, and it is a little bit of fun.
Yep.
Mate, I haven't come up. Did Pete?
Still not. No. You know what? I forgot to ask.
No, that's right. That'll be your job for this week. I'm just going to say, keep on rolling, guys, and we promise to do better.
We'll try.
We'll try. Exactly right. Mate, thank you very much.
Thanks,
and we'll see you all next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.